Hello everybody, welcome to JLABTV. I'm JLAB and this is Football Manager 2016, the Unemployment Challenge. We're now going into December and January, so we're in the new year of the 2023. Let's see how he got on in these 2 months. Our first game in December was away to Crystal Palace, and we found ourselves going 1-0 up inside the second minute of the game when Chiappi scored his 9th goal of the season. Just 9 minutes later, in the 11th minute of the game, we found ourselves conceding an equaliser. Ashley Westwood scoring that effort to give Palace the equaliser. And it was in the 25th minute of the game that we found ourselves going 2-1 down. Mounier found Dallas, and Dallas was not going to miss that effort for his 2nd goal of the season. But it was soon 2-2. In the 32nd minute of the game, Williams found Preston, he found Chiappi, and Chiappi is not going to miss a chance for his 2nd of the game and 10th of the season. Yet just 6 minutes later, we found ourselves going behind again, this time not recoverable. But what a goal that is from Dallas. I might honestly do a separate video for that goal, because it was honestly that good. But the final nail of the coffin was set in the 86th minute of the game when Mounier managed to get his 4th goal of the season to give Palace a 4-2 lead with not enough time for us to get a goal back and to get an equaliser. We had lost our first game in 2 months. Our next game was away from home against Millwall, 2 away games in a row. But we found ourselves going 1-0 up when Chiappi found Preston, and Preston's shot, I think, took a deflection for his 1st ever goal, but I'm not going to complain. 1-0. It was just 5 minutes later that we found ourselves 2-0 up. Booty found Preston, he found Chiappi, and Chiappi scored for the 2 of them for Preston to return the favour. And just 6 minutes later, it was 3-0. Owen found Preston, he found Chiappi, and we were just enjoying ourselves inside the first 21 minutes of the game. It was over 6 minutes for the next goal to come, but Millwall scored when Burns scored on the rebound for his 1st ever goal from Millwall to give him a shout. But just 7 minutes later, and it was game over. Chiappi found Booty, and Booty's not going to miss from that effort to make it 4-1, his 2nd goal of the season. Our next game was at home to Burton Albion, and we found ourselves going 1-0 down inside the 21st minute of the game when Retolo scored his 10th of the season with that effort. But just a minute later, we found ourselves getting equaliser. Meska found Williams, he found Preston, and Preston found that man again, Chiappi, for his 13th of the season. And it was in the 92nd minute of the game that the final goal came. Chiappi found Preston, and Preston scored that effort. I'll probably do a separate video for that as well, because that was an incredible goal. It was our first win in 4 attempts against Burton, though we haven't lost against them either. Our next game was away from home against Burnley, and we found ourselves conceding the only goal of the game when Emmanuel Riviere scored that effort in the 61st minute of the game. We probably deserved to lose that game, honestly, because we were 2nd best for the most part, but yeah, I was hoping we could do better than that, honestly. Apparently we couldn't. The next game was away from home against Reading, and it was the last game of December, and we found ourselves going 1-0 into the 3rd minute when Meska found Summerfield. Not a bad start to the game. And just 3 minutes later, we found ourselves 2-0 up when Lucas found Summerfield found Meska, and Meska scored with an effort near the edge of the box for his 12th goal of the season. In the 42nd minute of the game, we have a chance to score from a penalty. Summerfield was going to take the penalty, but was he going to score the penalty? No. It was a save. A good save, mind you, but it was annoying. However, from that penalty, literally from this penalty, we found ourselves going 3-0 up. Meska scored his 2nd of the game. Yay, 3-0. And that was all she wrote. Our revenge against Reading was completed. The next match was at home to Everton, and it was the first game of January, and we didn't have the best of times. Harvey scored the opening goal of the game in the 24th minute of the game for his 1st ever goal for Everton. Well done to him. And it was an hour later, or 6 minutes later, that we found ourselves going 2-0 down when Holt scored that effort to give him a 2-goal lead for his 9th of the season. And just 4 minutes later, we found ourselves going 3-0 down. Everton had completed the revenge deal on us after Holt got his 2nd of the game and 10th of the season. Well done, Everton, you got your revenge. Now, leave me alone and let me finish above you in the table. The next game was the FA Cup 3rd round match against Huddersfield. Premier League Huddersfield, by the way. And we took the lead inside the 17th minute of the game when Summerfield scored that goal. And it was just 30 minutes later that we found ourselves 2-0 up. Summerfield found Preston and Preston scored that effort to put us in the driving seat. It was in the 61st minute of the game that we found ourselves 3-0 up. Summerfield being found by Preston, and he wasn't going to dismiss that. The Rudd could have done a bit better with that. In the third round of the FA Cup, we have destroyed a Premier League team as a Championship side. Good lord, that's amazing. The next game was away from home against Milton Keynes, and we found ourselves going behind in the first bit of the game when that shot hit Green and it went in the back of the net off him. How unfortunate. But just 3 minutes later we found ourselves equalising. Green found Owen, he found Meska, and Meska found Wallace, who isn't going to miss that sort of effort. We had to wait over 70 minutes for the next goal, but we found ourselves going 2-0 when Summerfield found Chiappi, who had just come on as a winger, and he scored. And it was 10 minutes later that the game was put to bed. Booty found Williams, he found Wallace, and Chiappi was there again to score his second of the game and 15th of the season. Our next match was at home to Nottingham Forest, who beat 3-0 at last time out, away from home. So when we went ahead in the 11th minute of the game thanks to Wallace with the effort, I was rather happy. And it was 30 minutes later that it was 2-0. De Silva Lopez played this cross in, and Summerfield got on the end of it to get his 50th goal this season. And it was 30 minutes later that we managed to make it 3-0 and put the game beyond any doubt. Cooper found De Silva Lopez, who is not going to miss an effort like that if you give him the right delivery. The last game of the month of January was the fourth round of the FA Cup against Stoke City, and we were rather unlucky when that went in. I felt we deserved at least something more than that, considering that was the only goal of the game. We had more chances, at least twice as many, and had more shots on target, but we just couldn't find our way past Kevin Trapp. Yeah, I was slightly disappointed, honestly. But hopefully next time out we'll be able to get a win and do well. However, this is how things stand after 29 games and at the end of January. And we are currently second. 11 points clear of third place Burton. Yes, Burton, who'd just come up with us. West Ham are 23rd, so that shows that either A, it was a good thing I avoided them, or B, how crap their managers have been. They've now got Wayne Rooney in charge. The poor souls. Oh, Everton sacked their manager as well, and they've now got Zinedine Zidane in charge. So that should be an interesting prospect for them. But yet we are 13 points clear of 7th place Charlton and 6th place Palace, and 11 points clear of Burton and Reading, so it's very interesting. I mean, we're 6 points behind Southampton, so there's no denying that we could have done better, but we're doing really well. I mean, the amount of points I have right now average a finish of 15th and 16th place, so in the previous couple of years, so I'm thinking, let's get top half finish at the very least now and see what happens from there. If we get 70 points, I'll consider that a very successful season. Those 70 points only got 10th place in the past couple of seasons, so yeah, I don't know. It would be nice to get to 70 points and get at least 9th place, like I have done in my seasons before. Do you think I can get 9th place? I mean, it would be nice. 9th? Yes? No? You don't care? Okay, fine. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope like and favourite this video. It would really help me a lot. So, anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.